All right, so let's give it back up to Skylar. Let's give it a round of applause. And in advance, I'm going to give it up to my partner in Activation Nation right here, Miss Holly as well. Miss Thomet. So, as Skylar stated, my name is Makesi, Anyika. My life's purpose is to help you look, live, and become your very best. And I'm excited to be here. I'm excited for you guys to be here. In fact, can we get some noise from you guys? Can we get some energy? All right, Activation Nation in full effect right here, right? Let's go. First of all, we're talking about the art of building a team, okay? How many of us want to build a big team? Right? Let's do it. So, I like to equate team building or prospecting to fishing. How many of us fish? Everybody. Oh yeah. So, when it comes to fish, well, we can agree there's different types of fish, right? I can hear my wife, she's an educator. She says, there's no fishes, it's fish, right? So, there's different types of fish, right? And the same with prospects. There's different types of prospects. If I want to meet somebody that speaks Spanish, will I go to an English-speaking territory? No, right? I'll go to somewhere where, like Colombia or Venezuela, I mean, not Venezuela, but different Spanish countries. Does that make sense? Mexico or something, right? So it just makes sense for you to know that there are different types of people and there are different locations, okay? And it's the same thing. Also, when you look at tools, there are different tools for fishing. What type of tools do we use when we fish? A rod, bait, right? A boat that you carry, right? We need, what was that? Dynamite. Hey, I don't know what you said, but that too, right? So we just need the different tools. And the same thing with this business, we have different tools. What are tools that we use here in network marketing, in Light Management? What are some of the tools that we can use?
Three-way calls.
Videos, right? What else?
Three-way calls.
Three-way calls.
Third-party validation, right? Three-way calls, right? Zoom calls, events, right? They're all tools, right? And then when we talk about time, you have to dedicate time to your business. It cannot be sometimes. You gotta make sure that you dedicate that time. Same thing with fishing, right? You need to have patience. You want to make sure that you're in position to give yourself the right amount of time. I know Steve Fife used Michael Jordan. Do you think Michael Jordan dedicated a lot of time to his craft to become the best?
Yes.
It's the same thing we gotta do, guys. We gotta put the time in, right? And then mindset. Gratitude. The attitude of gratitude. Patience. Love. Authenticity. Resilience. Give me something. What's another thing you need, mindset-wise? Tenacity. What else? Grit.
Persistency.
Right? So we need to have a positive mental attitude as we move forward. And it's the same thing with fishing. Just because you might sit there for 2 hours and don't catch anything doesn't mean there's no fish there, right? Gotta have that same type of resilience. Types of fishes. So we know there's different types of fishes. Catfish, sea bass, snapper, okay? Just like there's different locations that you can fish. In a creek, in a lake, in a river, in an ocean. Yes or yes? Yes. That's right. And then when you look at tools with fishing, rods, hooks, bait, and I didn't realize I went ahead of what I was supposed to say. And then time. You gotta dedicate some time. I like to say 2 hours a day, 5 days a week to make 6 or 7 figures a year, right? In fact, say it with me. 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, to make 6 or 7 figures a year. All depends on how consistent you are and your aptitude to get better, okay? Everybody's different. But if you put the time in, your 10,000 hours, you get very proficient, right? Mindset, excitement, motivated, consistency with your work ethic. Okay, these are all key factors as you go on ahead to talk to people about types of people like fish. And with fishes, we have sea bass, catfish. With people, there's business-minded people, there are health-conscious people, there are money-motivated people, right? We want all of them, right?
Yeah.
We want people who can have our business look like the world. Does that make sense? And then you have locations. There's warm market, people you know. There's a cold market, people you don't know. In fact, when I was coming down this morning, I had on this shirt. Can somebody tell me what this shirt says? It pays to know me, baby, that's right. And the thing that I want you guys to realize is that the lady walked on the elevator and she said, it pays to know you, huh? I was like, that's right. And then she was like, well, what do you guys have going on? I see a conference and everything. And I told her, I said, in fact, I can't remember exactly what I said. I said something about we're on the NASDAQ, baby. Like, because people don't care what you say, they care how you feel about what you say. Does that make sense? So literally, she was like, I don't know what it is, but I want to know more about it, right? So I gave her my number, and I invited her, and she's texting me right now, excited. She want to get started just because of our excitement. See what I'm saying? That was the cold market. I just met her in the elevator, and I just had the shirt on, right? So get these shirts, guys. I'm like, I put like 5 of these different colors, different, I'm gonna get all this. So, and then we have social media, right? Social media, you have Facebook, Instagram, all these different sites, right? So you have different locations. Then we have tools. We talked about three-way calls, Zoom meetings, web links, key interest videos. Then there's time. We talked about time, spending the time to get better. And then mindset, right? Being excited, motivated, having a strong work ethic. So wouldn't you say prospecting is a lot like fishing? It's the same thing, guys. Don't make it complicated. Keep it simple. And just remember, they don't care what you say. They care about how you feel about what you say. Because all of us want to make things so perfect. It will never be perfect. Network marketing, to me, is not a perfect business. But it's beautiful. Yes or yes?
Yes.
So, stay excited, and let's keep this going. So I'm going to turn it over to the queen herself, Miss Holly Tompkins.
Ship girl, come on. I'm like, okay, so I'm standing like this. Okay, we got it. And we've consistently been running over, so if you feel us going fast, we don't want you to miss anything. So Mindy's like, tell them we have the slides and we'll be in the hub. So don't feel like if you miss something, you'll be getting the slides, okay? So I'm just gonna expand a little bit more on what Makesi's already shared, which was awesome. But we're gonna stay in this focus just for a minute on building your team, okay? And just remember that when we share Life Advantage, it's really, we're just connecting our prospects, we're serving them by connecting them to a solution. We know we have solutions for all kinds of things right here with what we have our hands on. That's all that we're doing when we're sharing this. So, a lot of you know this. This took me a long, long time. 7 years this month I've been with Life Advantage. First time ever doing this. I was super coachable. But it took me a really long time to learn this very important thing: qualify your prospects. Qualify your business partners. The products are for everyone. The business, not so much. The sooner you learn that, the faster you can go. And I know for me that sounds kind of harsh. I don't want to disqualify somebody. It doesn't mean somebody that doesn't fit your criteria can't do this. It's just probably going to take a little bit more of your time. And if you can find the right people to lock arms with, you're just going to go faster, okay? So we want to share the business with discernment, not desperation. Desperation does not attract anybody, but we can use discernment when qualifying our business partners. We already said that everyone's right fit with business. We want to focus, Makesi already covered this a little bit, who's hungry, who's coachable, who's influential, and who's positive. These things are attractive. Brandon's kind of shared a word with the team lately, and the words are problem aware. Find people who are problem aware. If you've got somebody with a family of 6 and they're living on 1 income, and they're not open to this, they're probably not problem aware. That's a risky way to live, right? Have another stream of income and only be beneficial. And then the people that just make bad decisions, they don't usually have a lot of influence and credibility. Doesn't mean that they can't turn things around, absolutely, but it's going to be a tougher go. So find the people that have influence, find the ones that have the credibility. A couple things to remember with this, keep the spotlight on them. This is all about serving. We serve, that's what we do. We serve by finding solutions for people's problems, find their pain points. So we have to be really, really good listeners. You guys know this already, right? We have to listen. It's about them, it's not about us. So find these gaps in their life. What's missing? What are their pain points? And then help to bridge that gap with the solutions that we have. But we're inviting, we're not convincing. I had a business partner just a week ago message me, and I love what he said. He said, I just had the biggest epiphany. He said, I just realized I am not in the business of convincing. Whew. That's exhausting, you guys. If we're trying to convince, we're just filtering. We're just finding people who are open. That's what we're doing. If you find yourself convincing, that's a really exhausting place to be. So he's like, I'm not running with this. I'm no longer in the business of convincing. And there's a lot of freedom in that. We want to help you shorten the cycle. I'm learning more about shortening the cycle. Some people do take a long time. Tori Hill shared 10 years she's been sharing with them, but they're finally ready to join. But 10 years she stayed relevant in that person's life. She showed that she cared. But man, it'd be nice if we could do that in 10 days.
Yeah.
Even 10 weeks. 10 years is a long time. So we can shorten that cycle by asking better, bolder questions to help them move into the next decision. And stories. You guys, yesterday, did we hear the most amazing stories? I mean, a lot of us were in tears. Stories are powerful. So when you're talking to your people and sharing this, bring in some stories, your story or someone else's story that can resonate with them in their own personal situation. I'm going to share some verbiage. I'm going to pull them all up here for you. Like I said, you can get these slides. They'll be in the hub. But just a couple examples for you. I'm kind of a wordsmith. I love sharing like some examples of advice and follow-ups. But remember, these are my words. Make them your own. We're going to talk about authenticity here pretty soon. Make this your own. Here's just a couple examples that maybe will help you. So I love the middle one. You mentioned wanting more time with your kids. That's a pain point they share, right? Can you picture having the flexibility to say yes to their events? Or even planning a family trip without stressing about the budget? We're casting a vision for them. They don't care about the statistics and the science. Some people, a little bit more. Even those people want to see the vision. How is this going to impact their life? So share the stories, connect with their pain point. A couple quick tips for you. We wish it was a single event. Don't you wish you could go to someone and say, I mean, look at Makesi this morning in the elevator. This girl's all excited. That doesn't happen very often, right? A lot of times it is not just a single invite. If I had that, I'd be like, woo-hoo. But it's a process. It's a series of steps that we guide them through, and that is your job, is to guide them to the next thing. Get them a video, get them on a three-way call, do an overview for them, or write an overview, get them to an event. But your job is to guide them to the next step, because they don't know what's next in the process, but you do, so get good at using the process of getting them to that next step. And the best way to shorten that sales cycle is something that it took you a while to be willing to do. Connect them to a third party. Do the third party validation. It took me forever. I hate talking on the phone. Casey's gonna cover this later. I don't like phone calls. I'd rather text. That's just me. And when I was told when I started this that one of the best things to do is we have to use ITT, right? Use the team. And a lot of it's, whether it's a Zoom with an upline, a cross line, or a phone call. And I was like, a three-way call. What is that? I didn't know that. I live in a barn, you guys. I coach. I buy horses. I got on a three-way call. And I put it off, and I put it off, and I put it off. And the first time I finally did the three-way call, I was like, this is brilliant. Talk about shortening the sales cycle. You guys connect your people to someone who can validate for you. Let them do the heavy lifting. You just introduce them, edify, and you shut up. Let them do the work for you. It's a beautiful thing. Get your people to somebody who can validate for you. The sooner you do it, the better. I'm on a mission right now to move my people into third-party validation as fast as I can. And it's been, I did 3 third-party validation calls in 2 days last week. And I was like, this is awesome. Don't leave that part out. This is you. Correct? We did that pretty quick. Back to Makesi.
Thank you. All right, let's give it up loud, guys. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about authentic invitations, right? Because here's a question for everybody, $1 million question. What are we selling? Lifestyle,
Hope.
health, freedom, health, solutions. I love hope. I don't know if we're selling ourselves, but I think that. Options, abundance, lifestyle. So here's the thing. With all of those answers, they're all correct. But the key factor to it all, the main thing that we're selling is authenticity. Authenticity. Because whenever you're not authentic, people can feel it. They can sense it, they can smell it, they just know. Have you ever been sold by a sneezy car salesman and you just want to take a shower after you was dealing with that person?
Oh, yeah.
That's really, if you're not really in the business, life vantage is not in your heart. You know they say go from your head to your heart? If it's not in your spirit, in your being, people can feel that, guys. So the more authentic you are, the easier it is to sell lifestyle, freedom, products, whatever it is. You can sell it if you're authentic. Does that make sense? So, high energy. First of all, I need you guys to give me some noise when I say Activation Nation. I want to hear the loudest roar in this room right here. Can we do that?
Yes.
Activation Nation! That's what I'm talking about. We need high energy. When you talk to people, they must feel this. You want to make the conversation, you want to turn it from transactional to transformational. For that to happen, you gotta be high energy, guys. You gotta feel your spirit. You gotta be enthusiastic, right? Ethos in God. You gotta bring this
Swagger.
swag, guys. You gotta bring it out, right? And then also clear communication. People follow clarity. They're not following somebody who's chaotic, who's unsure, who don't look like they know where they're going. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So we need you guys to be certain. Listen, I'm gonna go on a look here. Anybody see Troy?
Yeah, baby.
Y'all seen the part with Achilles when he was fighting Hector and he did that thing and it was just like, you could just see that focus. Focus, let's stay focused, guys. Clear communication. People can feel it. For all my Greek Troy lovers in the And then you want to be in a hurry. Some of us, we vomit all over our prospects. That lady met me in the elevator. I did not go into a presentation, guys. I just got her info and told her I'm going to send her the information, and now she's hounding me. So I want y'all to say this with me. Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Yes.
Say less.
Say less.
To more people.
To more people.
Faster.
Faster.
One more time. Say less.
Say less.
To more people.
To more people.
Faster.
Faster.
We want to use the tools.
Yes.
He can pass. That's what we want to do. It's a team business, right? So we want to make sure that we peak interest, pass it along to a third party upline, or to a video, or to a Zoom call, right? So you want to make sure that you just peak and pass. Be in a hurry. So let's talk about effective invites, right? Remember to actually, so here's the thing. Every prospect is different. Some of us have enough influence that we can text a message to our friends and they will take a look at the information right away. But then there are some friends where you need to pick up the phone and give them a call. And different strokes for different folks. Everybody's different. You cannot have the same approach. And the thing that I want you guys to realize here too, when I met my wife, can I give you guys a quick story? I met my wife in this industry. Years later, I was in a business and I'm like, man, she would be great at this. But I knew I could not text her. I could not just send a voice message. So you know what I did? I went to her school. She's a principal, by the way, in Philly, right? So I went to her school And when I got to the door, the lady at the door said, man, those are really nice shoes. And then I said, yeah, I'm looking for Janine, and I wanted to speak to her. Right? She's a principal. So she called the lady, she said, there's a guy out here with some nice shoes. And I love this lady to this day, I love that lady. So what I did was, I went and sat down with my wife, and guess what? She signed up on the spot. On the spot. I didn't even have to go into, so if anybody knows my wife, just get straight to the point, right? She don't want to hear all of this stuff, just get to it. And it was great. And now, years later, kids later, life later, it's awesome. I'm so, so I don't know where she is, but Janine, stand up. There she is. There she is. So my point is, some people you have to call them. Some people you have to go sit at a coffee shop, look them in the eye, be a friend. Does that make sense? Cool. So, when you call people, it increases your numbers. Number two, last minute invites work very well in this type of business, so don't feel like you must always plan. Some of the best leaders I have is because I call them last minute and say, hey, get on this call. I didn't go into a whole long cylinder, just get on the call. In fact, from years ago, after you guys, Carrie Dickey, I went to a conference like this. I sat in the back. Carrie Dickey was talking and being very expressive as she always is. And she said, for those of you guys going through a rough time and not understanding this business, you gotta read your first year in network marketing by Mark Yarnell and Ready Reed Yarnell. I'm trying to get your voice, I don't know if I can. Right? And I get to chapter 2 where they're talking about the rejection rocket, and that's what I was dealing with. Everybody in my circle of influence was telling me no. And I read that part, and they say the prophet is never accepted in his own hometown.
Yeah.
You gotta leave the nest. That's what you said, leave the nest and go meet the people who are meant for you. And that's what I did. And it changed my life. So I want to give a big shout out to Carrie Dickey because she changed my life. Right? And this is so exciting, guys, because the key factor here is that you don't have to plan everything. You just have to just call people and tell them. But back to the story, right? Let me get back to the story. Basically, my mentor told me call 100 people in one day. And I told him it's not going to happen. It's impossible. It's last minute, right? He said, call everybody for tomorrow. I said, it's impossible. And guess what? He said, do you want to be right or do you want to be rich? I like rich better. I said, I want to be rich. He said, make the calls. Click. Right? I made the calls. My first 5 calls, I'm vomiting. Everything about microbiome and activation and blah, 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 blah. By the 5th call, I started saying, meet me at my house tomorrow.
Meet me at my house tomorrow.
Meet me at my house tomorrow. Isn't that authentic? You're not selling all of these things you think you're selling. Somebody's selling you. I'll go back to that. You're selling your authenticity. That's what you're selling. So that changed my life. From that point on, I've always had success in network marketing and was able to empower other people. Because some people you gotta call them. Just pick up the phone and call them, guys. Don't be afraid. Also, the reason why you must call your people is because we talked about this before. They gotta feel the excitement. Okay? Number 4, the more people you invite with an actual phone call, the bigger the turnout. Okay? And number 5, true aspiring leaders will make 50 to 100 calls in one day to compress the time frame and truly launch your business. Remember, professionals launch, amateurs join. Are you a pro? Yes. Are you a professional?
Yes.
So you want to launch, right? This merger with Love Biome, Gut Health, and it's all activation for everything now, right? Activation of the gut, activation of the cells. Just now with this merger, as we launch, we want to launch, guys. We don't just want to join. We don't just want to stay at $200 billion. We want to go to $1 billion. Yes or yes? So how are we going to do it if we just relax like this? We want to do it because we got to launch. Right? So and the hero in you.
Yes.
Guys, 3 types of people as you make these calls. Just put them in the category. The ones that say yes, let's go. The ones that have questions, Holly's gonna go over some of those objections and all of these different things, right? The goal is just to answer those questions, right? Get them in front of a credible person that can help with that. And 3-way calls are awesome for this. So 3-way text threads, right? Those are great things. Get what you're up on. And then the negative people, who no matter what you say, they're always gonna think something is wrong with this, right? So don't worry about these people. Just keep it moving, okay? So here's the last part I want to just stress to you guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be messy and perfect. In fact, say this with me. You don't have to be great to get started.
You don't have to be great to get started.
But you gotta get started to be great. You don't have to be great to get started.
You don't have to be great to get started.
But you gotta get started to be great.
But you have to get started to be great.
Let's get it, guys. Turn it right back. We talk about the professional example, right?
I'm telling you, we went over every single time. We're trying to get you guys out of here on time, but it's not gonna happen. I'm just telling you. So we're gonna do the best we can. We're gonna move along. So I'll follow up, you guys. We talked about the invite, right? But if you are not following up, you're wasting your time on your invites. Because someone else is gonna follow up with your people. So make sure that you're committed to the follow-up. And with the goal of the follow-up is we're just trying to, like I said, build the trust. We're keeping the spotlight on the other person to help them move to the decision faster. The decision might be no, but don't you want to know the no sooner? Yeah, we don't need to wait. Like Tori wasn't waiting 10 years just for another no, she's waiting for the yes. So we're going to make it about that. Every message should show that you listen, so you can use what they've said to you in your follow-ups. They know that they're seen and they're heard. People feel invisible these days. They're not being appreciated. They're not getting noticed. When you take time to actually refer back to something they said to you, maybe 2 messages ago or 2 weeks ago, that shows you care. It shows that they're important to you. And then balance that patience, because it does take patience. Things don't always move as fast as we would like. It's on their time and God's time. It's not on our time, right? But remember that you're also going to be patient while you're guiding them to that next decision. Help them discover what their next step is going to be. And I'm so all about right now shortening the sales cycle. Don't just do a check-in. Again, lead them to what's next. Get them to a call, to a Zoom, to an event, even this last minute, come to my house tonight at 5 o'clock, right? But help them know what, they don't know what the next step is. That's our job. We're the consultant. We're going to consult them on what the next step is. And then the personal touch. You know, when you do check in with them, like I said, first go to something that's personal. Don't just go into like, hey, did you watch that video? You know, hey, I saw your son had a soccer game last night. How'd that go? Or, you know, just let them know that you're seeing them, that you're aware, that you're staying on top of what's going on in their life, and that they're worth that amount of time to you. That kind of stuff I think stands out to people. Timing does matter. Like if you send somebody a tool where they come to an event and you don't follow up for 2 weeks, you probably lost them. You need to follow up quickly. It does matter. So usually, obviously, within 24 hours at the most from that first touch. And then at least weekly, every couple days, whatever feels good for the pace that they're going at. But do expect the follow-ups to be many. Rarely is it, I mean, you probably saw that first on the elevator, probably today. Who knows, right? Sometimes it goes fast, but it can take several follow-ups. So don't be surprised when someone's not signing up, enrolling, ordering on that third touch or second touch. Do it until. That's my motto. I will follow up until you tell me to go take a hike. And I'll keep it fun. I'll tell them, I'm like, listen, I don't want to be a pain in your behind. This is too important for me to assume you're not interested. I say that a lot. Throw a little humor in there. Just that's authentically me, right? Talking about being authentic. But if you don't follow up with them, somebody else will. You may be the first to invite them, but if you don't follow up and someone else invites them that follows up, guess who they're going to go with? The person that showed that they care. So just remember that if you don't do it, somebody else is going to. A couple examples. I'm going to put them both up here, so just for the sake of time. Customer focus example for a follow-up, you mentioned wanting more energy for your busy mornings. They said this a while ago, you're reminding them what they said to you, right? Remind them of their pain point. Are you ready to accomplish that with these products? From a business side, you said you'd love an extra stream of income. I'd love to show you how simple this could fit into your schedule. Can we hop on a 15-minute call tomorrow? Get them to the next step. Ask these good questions. Things like, again, these are my words, make them your own, right? These are things I would say. Would you like me to send you a quick video to make a chat right after while it's fresh in your mind? There's some urgency there. I'm so glad you took time to learn more by watching the overview. Do you see yourself most interested in the health side, the business side, or both? 7 years I've been doing this. Do you know when I first started asking this question? Health side, business side, or both? Like in the last year. Why did I take so long to understand? Don't decide for them, you guys. Ask the question, let them. You might be talking about a product that is never been considered the business. And when you say something like, okay, well, there's two options for you. You can enroll as a customer. If you're not opposed to creating extra income, you could also be a consultant. They didn't even know that's a thing. Let them understand that there are two options so you know how to best help them. Couple quick tips. Replace let me know. That's very vague. That's not very postured. It's certainly not very urgent. With a specific time, like does Tuesday or Wednesday work better? I'll tell people, hey, okay, they want the video. Does tonight work or is tomorrow morning better? Find out when it works for them so you know when to follow up. And then use their words to connect their why to the next step. You're always bringing back the problem, the gap that they mentioned to you before. You're going to keep reminding them of that. And then keep warm in between those touches. Like your follow-ups don't always have to be business, product. It can be something simple. If someone's struggling with something, say they're struggling with migraines or something, and you read something about migraines, send them that. Hey, I was thinking of you. Just let them know that you care and you're thinking about them. Your follow-ups can be totally off topic. Just let them know that you care. And here's authenticity again, right? You're not going to be perfect ever. Be you. God made you for you, and there's only one of you, and you're here for a reason and purpose. Don't try to do this business like someone else. Do it like you. Learn from other people, and then do it the way that suits you and sounds like you. Don't get this paralysis by analysis like Makesi's talked about, like trying to say the perfect thing in the perfect way. Just don't think so much about it. Just go talk to people like you've known them for years, even if they're cold market. Be real, be authentic, be honest, care, use your natural voice, even if it's not polished. Way more powerful than any script that you can look at. A couple examples of just this is things I would say. Hey, I don't want to bug you, but I'd hate for you to miss out if this could help. Isn't that the simplest follow-up right there? So simple. So, but that's how we talk. Well, that's how I talk to people. Maybe that's me. That's my voice right there. And no worry if now's not the time. Do you want me to come back to you later? Give them an out. People are busy. This sounds like a busy time for you. This isn't the right time to look at this. How about a month from now I come back to you? Sometimes when you pull back, they lean in. So don't be afraid to give a little bit of a takeaway there. And then always people over purchases. You're not chasing people. It's never going to feel good. You're coming out of desperation. You feel like you're chasing them. Show you care. Great curiosity with the things that you share with them. And then establish that trust, because that's going to lead to enrollments. A couple action steps for you to do today. I told the last group, you will have lunch pretty soon. You don't eat until you do this, okay? Promise me. You're going to do this before you eat. No food goes in your mouth. Follow up with 3 people today. You can use some of the verbiage that we've shared or whatever you have that works for you. 3 people before you eat lunch. Got it? I'm being bossy right now. Get my mom voice out. And the next thing I'm going to talk to you about, I get to go right into this, and we're going to over to Makesi for his part of closing. We both hate the word closing, but I'll let him expand on that. Objections. I love to train on this. I was the queen of skepticism. It took my best friend a year of dripping on me with me saying no. I was bratty. I was nice. We have screenshots of a year's worth of objections that I sent to her over and over and over again. So I love to train on this because objections don't bother me. I know that I was super skeptical, so I welcome them. But here's how much I have a little mindset shift. Objections are not a rejection. Not a rejection. They're signs of interest, and I love to say they're just questions in disguise. So when somebody objects or they have more questions, welcome that. They're still engaged in this conversation. conversation. Stay calm. No, it's not directed at you. They just have uncertainties, and your posture can help lead them to a really good decision. You're not convincing, you're guiding. I love this statement. Why no objections usually means no interest. If someone's not objecting, they're not coming at you with some hard questions, they're not even really in the conversation with you, they're not interested at all. So if someone says that it's too expensive, they don't have time, they're still in the conversation at least, right? They're sharing their concerns with you, they're weighing the decision. I will take that any day over somebody that says, cool, I'll think about it. Cool. That's just all, I hate that. That person, they're lying. They're not gonna think about it. They're done, they're checked out. Like, you gotta know to read the social cues that are coming through. That person is not interested, okay? So no questions usually means they're not really having any intention of going any further with this. So, how the objections actually be a buying signal, right? They're processing. A customer might be thinking, will this really work? Is this for me? Can this help me? A business partner, potential business partner is thinking, can I do this? Do I have the time for this? Is this something that would fit into my schedule? These are things that are going through their head, and you can help guide them through as a consultant. But if someone cares enough to object, they care enough to consider. Do not get rattled by objections, you guys. It's a good thing. Here's some framework. This is so simple. So I'm going to go fast through this, but again, these slides are available to you, okay? But I want this is the simplest thing to put towards objections when you get them. First, you're listening. You have to listen always. Let them speak, hear what they're saying. And then there's the 3 R's. I call it relate, respond, redirect. Okay? So in all of the examples you're going to see, I'm going to put them on the screen. After you've listened, you relate, respond, you redirect. You're leading them to the next question, moving them forward. Maybe they're objecting to the cost, they're objecting to the time, they're objecting to the skepticism, is it a pyramid scheme, is this really a legit thing? All these objections we've all heard before. Here's some examples for you of listening first, but then relating, responding, and redirecting. I'm going to put them all up here. If you want to screenshot, you can. I'm not going to read them all, but they're there for you to see. Again, these are my words. Use what sounds good to you. But the middle one's a good example. I know things are tight for a lot of families. Relating. We can't afford not to be healthy. There's your response. What if this investment in your health can save you money long term? Redirect their thought process. You'll see in all these examples that's what we're doing. Maybe they're objecting again, it's the time. There's a couple of examples for you to respond on that. All of these are going to have the same thing. You listen so you can relate, you can respond, and you can redirect. Like in the middle one, I felt the same way. I started this alongside my busy schedule, knowing this was the key to increasing flexibility in the future, so I could have more time to do the things I love with the people that I love the most. Do you have a plan to be less busy in the future? They don't. They don't have a plan. But now they're like, I don't have a plan. You've just helped them be problem aware, right? By asking the good questions. How about when it comes to their skepticism? A couple examples here for you. Again, I totally get it. I felt the same way until what? Until you saw our research, until you tried the product, until whatever it is, you heard a story. When can we chat for 15 minutes? You can learn what I learned to help you make a decision. Tell people when you connect them to somebody for third party or asking these questions, let them know. We're doing this to help you decide if this is a good fit for you or not. There is no pressure in that. That feels good to say that, right? We're going to connect you to my friend Makesi so we can help you get the information so you can decide this is a good decision for you or not. They're in control still, but we're here to help them. Those are just a couple examples there. And maybe you weren't skeptical. Share the story, someone share my story. I was super skeptical. And now I'm just so thankful my best friend did not give up on me. If they don't respond, you guys, it's normal. I tell the team all the time, expect it. When I send somebody a message or an invite, I do not expect a response. I expect silence. If I get a response, I'm like, oh, it's my lucky day. But I expect it's going to take some reach outs. And I'll say stuff like, hey, those messages might get lost, I know we're busy, right? But people don't know what we know. They're distracted, they're caught up in life. Give them some grace. I'm going to share this just real quick if you want us to reach out. I'm not going to read them all, but here's just a couple of examples. Again, my best friend, you guys, a year. She didn't give up on me. Patiently love and patiently grace and followed up until I could finally see it and said yes. And it has changed our family's life, and I'm so incredibly grateful. A couple examples here again. I'm just going to go quick screenshot so I can turn it back over to Makesi to wrap this up. Never give up on them. Doesn't mean that you're going to be desperately chasing them, but if you see potential in someone, until they tell you to go fly a kite, you can stay in touch with them, okay? And ask them, can I keep you in the loop? Just ask permission to do that. Posture matters so much. Ray Higgin has this incredible videos from years and years ago. The first one I ever saw in network marketing, being totally new to this. I would share with everybody if I could find it, can't find it. It was the best thing on posture, it changed my life. We cannot lean in to the point where everyone else is leaning back. We have to draw them in. So get really good with your posture. Read the books, work on personal development. Your confidence is contagious. If people are watching, how you respond more than what you say. And like Makesi said, how you're saying what you're saying is so, so important. Keep it simple. I kind of wrapped all that up already, so we're not going to even go to all this. All right. Okay, here we go. Makesi's going to wrap it up. I got to say one thing. The first time we met, it was just a couple weeks ago on Zoom. The first time that we chatted with him, I was like, this guy is fire and he's brilliant. Brilliant. I had my team call like that week. I'm like, you got to share what you're sharing on my team call. We had him on, so we just love you. Thank you.
All right, let's give it up for Holly again, y'all. Let's go! All right, so we're talking about closing, and I'm not a big fan of the sleazy car salesman close, but you gotta close people. I actually am a really strong believer in you help people close themselves. When the time is right for them, they will join you. It's not a good feeling when you feel like somebody's pressuring you to do something that you don't want to do. To convince a man or woman against his or her will is of the same opinion still. So it's really good to not be that sleazy car salesman type person where people feel like they need to take a shower every day after you speak to them. Does that make sense? So let's help them close themselves. Let's not try to force them to do something. Okay? So the second thing here is you want to answer questions as Holly went over, right? And the concerns that may be holding them back. Their pain points, right? You want to wrap it up around their pain points. What did we say we sell?
Authenticity.
Authenticity. Because whether it's hope, whether it's freedom, whether it's lifestyle, you have to be authentic to transmit that message to them. So if you wrap up their pain points with your authenticity, right, with their problems, because remember, you want to be interested and not interesting. You follow me? Don't let your ego edge God out. Don't do that, right? Focus on them, their pain points, and wrap it into a nice bow. And here's the key factor to stay authentic. 3 P's. First one, purpose. Your purpose, why you are doing this, and what's in it for them, right? Why are they doing it? What are their pain points? Does that make sense? The second one, the second P is posture. Being confident, right? Being certain. Strong or high self-esteem about who we are and who are we. There we go. In fact, who are we?
Life Vantage.
I need more energy than that. Who are we?
Life Vantage.
Life Vantage, baby. So what we're going to do, we're going to share this message. So the whole point of it is we got to have good self-esteem about who we are, what we have, what we're sharing with people. We're sharing hope. We're sharing lifestyle. We're sharing freedom. We're sharing amazing activation products. All of that wrapped up in your authenticity, which is governed by what? Your purpose, your posture, and the third P is your passion. What kind of passion you have for this? Woo, there we go. Right? You gotta be passionate, guys. If you're not passionate, business is gonna be hard. You want a business to be easy or hard?
Easy. Easy.
Easy. In fact, say this with me. All work is easy work.
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 I don't even consider this work.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I don't even consider this work. This is light work, guys. We should be excited. If you move with that spirit, purpose, passion, posture, you move with this energy, that authentic spirit, you will see that this business is the greatest business in my eyes. Where you can start up a locals and help a bunch of people. We all want to have a good, healthy, long living life and make a ton of money, guys. It's simple. You don't want to make this hard, right? Breathe life into your people by letting them know they have an amazing community of people. We got a whole activation nation here, guys, to support the people that we bring in from all parts of the globe. And number 4, we're going to show them a clear pathway to success with our products, with money, with all the things you guys shared with me here today. The hope, the freedom, the lifestyle, everything. Clear pathway. People follow clarity, certainty, mind sight over eyesight. Right now, a bunch of people are waiting to see us fail. What are we going to do about it? I think this will be a long wait for them. This will be a long, long wait. Because we're going to $1 billion plus. So guys, I want to thank you guys. Before we wrap this up, I want to do something if everybody can stand on their feet. Come on, Holly. I'm going to say, who are we? 3 times. Each time we're going to go louder. And when I say who are we are Life Vantage. Who are we? We are Life Vantage. And the third one, who are we? We are Life Vantage. Right? So you guys